Message here from Kyiv of defiance, but also a very clear warning and a challenge to the West that failed to deter Putin's invasion, has failed to give Ukraine what it needs to reverse the invasion. And today, on this crucial anniversary, is sending its foreign ministers to Lviv, the town in the west of Ukraine, trying to send a message of solidarity and unity with the Ukrainians. But the Ukrainians expect to see something more than that. They want to see more support, particularly because of these doubts about where Donald Trump is coming down still on which side of this conflict.
OK, Dom, for now in Kyiv, thank you for that, and thank you to Hannah as well. As we're continuing to look at these pictures from Red Square in Moscow's President Putin has left the stage, the dais where he was seated with other world leaders, and now, as you can see, greeting members of the military, decorated individuals. You can see the medals across their chests being introduced to each of them. And there in the background again, the individual who was touring around Red Square in that open-top car, the Defence Minister, Andrei Belousov. Let's bring in our Moscow correspondent, Ivor Bennett, who is watching on at this moment with us as well. Ivor, it's good to have you with us. So we saw some of the military might, we saw some of the tanks, we saw some large missiles, and there was also a fly past. And Putin now greeting some of the troops. Is there a sense there that what he calls his special military operation, his war, is supported by Russians broadly?
Yeah, hi, Kamali. So the parade has just finished, as you say, and the leaders who are guests here, VIPs, have just made their way past us, where the foreign press are assembled, on their way to go and lay flowers at the tomb of the unknown soldier. And a couple of things just jumped out to me. That Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela's president, raised a fist, and there was applause erupting here in the crowd. He made the V sign for victory or peace as he saluted the crowd. Also, China's President Xi Jinping waved and greeted the crowd also to ripples of applause here. So I think the audience is certainly very grateful that these leaders have come in what is being seen as quite an overt show of support for Russia and its war in Ukraine. As for the parade itself, I think the first thing to note was the size and scale of it is much bigger than previous years. The last couple of years it's been pared down because a lot of the hardware and personnel, of course, have been in Ukraine. So I think I'm right in saying it was 7,000 or 8,000 troops 2 years ago, similar figure last year. This year it was 11,500 servicemen, including 1,500 troops who served in Ukraine, and also, as you saw, dozens of tanks. Last year there was just one, a Soviet-era tank. This year, dozens, also armoured personnel carriers, armoured reconnaissance vehicles, and drones mounted on the back of military trucks, which have, of course, been at the forefront of Russia's offensive in Ukraine. And to me, this is a projection, or an attempted projection, of Russian confidence, that they are confident that they can spare all these units for this massive parade. But underneath that confidence, there are fears that this parade would be disrupted by Ukraine, and that's why I'm speaking to you on the phone. All the internet signals have been jammed here, which is why we can't do a normal broadcast using a camera. The only signal we can get is via a traditional telephone. And that really speaks to, I think, Russia's anxieties and fears, and that actually, despite this show of strength and confidence, not everything is normal here by any stretch.